All right, welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel presented by Connors and Ferris. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content and coverage of Bills training camp. Mike Catalana, I'm Jenna Cottrell. Dan Fates was actually in attendance today, even though he's on paternity leave. Fates popped into camp for a little bit, so he wanted to show his face, get off some hot takes. Always, as he told me, the content game never stops. Let's talk about what happened on the field today, just in terms of what we saw. I thought Gabe Davis had some nice catches today. Someone we maybe haven't talked about as much, but he looks to be having a strong camp.
Yeah, he's healthy. I mean, it's clearly that he's healthy. Last year he looked good in camp, and then he had the ankle early in the season, and it bothered him, and they talk about it all the time, how much it bothered him during the year. I mean, he looks like a guy who's ready. Now, again, he's got to do that week in, week out on the field, but he does seem a little different. With everything he went through last year, he talked about that. It was a tough year for him physically and a bit mentally. He looks happy, he looks relaxed, and I mean, it's a clear hierarchy of the way it goes. You know, Diggs is one. Diggs is one on almost every team in the league, but Gabe looks really good, and if they can get that out of him, if they can get that solid to really good number two, I think it'll make a huge difference. And he was winning his one-on-ones today. Yeah,
he looked really good in the one-on-ones in particular. And I just think you see this different air about him because he does seem healthy and just has confidence going in and out of his breaks, stuff like that. And he's got good hands. It's just, I think last season he really did mentally struggle because he had these expectations on himself. He wasn't able to be the player he wanted to be. This year, he just seems a lot freer.
He does. And you know what's surprising? He's in a contract year.
And
sometimes that really can get in a player's head.
Yes.
And I think last year things got in his head more because he couldn't do what he wanted to do. He knew he had this huge opportunity. I mean, let's be honest. If Gabe had a great year last year, they would have re-upped him already. At least in my opinion. They would have done it before this season. It could still happen this year. But honestly, you watch him, he does not look like a guy worried about his contract at all.
No.
I don't think he is.
I do not think he is either. There was a scary moment today. Stephon Diggs running into Saran Neal in the end zone. They both went down, and then thankfully they both got back up. But it was one of those loud thuds where you're like, what just happened? But both guys getting up. It was a scary moment, though.
Yeah, anytime. Any of the players go down, then you look up and you go, where's 14? He's down. And Saran Neal's gotten some good opportunities out there on the field. Had an interception today.
He did.
And it was during the 11-on-11s, and I was scrambling to look because, you know, they switch out the quarterback. So I saw him afterward, and I'm like, hey, when you had that pick, who threw it? And he's like, is Allen, you know, the other Allen. And I get
Poor
it.
Kyle Allen.
Well, I mean, he's a defensive guy. They have a different backup quarterback every year. They're not in the meetings together. He's like, oh, it's 9. It's the other Allen. Like is who it was. So he did have a pick there, and he, you know, then did the whole defensive player where they kind of like trot down towards the end zone. They were having fun. Yeah, I will never do what you just did there.
Okay. I guess I shouldn't have probably either. Let's talk about the Allen. So Josh Allen, we talked to Ken Dorsey today, and he talked about how do you kind of like ramp up a guy. Obviously, Allen had the elbow issue injury last year, and just he left practice on Monday. I don't know what day it is. Came back out. He was with the trainers for a little bit, came back out. But the progression of what he needs to do to get Josh Allen feeling comfortable, not that he doesn't, but like that warm-up process.
You know, we're out there for the whole practice, and each day the training staff is with Josh, kind of loosening up the elbow. It may just be part of the plan, is the way it goes, but anytime that training staff is near 17, it's something. And it's the elbow that he had a year ago, and there was no surgery. So maybe it just is one of those things that they're keeping an eye on, you know, because it can happen. He's fine. He's throwing the ball fine. None of that is an issue. But in terms of ramping him up and getting him ready, I get it. You know, Dorsey talked about getting the team ready, too, without as many reps. He said it's Sean's decision what they do in the preseason. But the starters won't play a lot, if at all, right? This is the way the preseason is. So they try to get it done out here. That's the way they operate. I think that's what they're going to do this year and keep 17 healthy and ready to go.
That's
the key.
Everyone stay healthy. That's the goal. We did talk to Ken Dorsey today, and I asked him about Trent Sherfield because you probably saw on Twitter or wherever you're watching, like the video of the catch, the rocket from Josh Allen. Trent Sherfield's really nice catch. Just what we saw from Sherfield and what he sees in him and what he could add to the receivers room.
Yeah.
Ken Dorsey said a lot he can add in terms of the offense, not just special teams, but Trent Sherfield had a breakout season last year in Miami, kind of came to Buffalo, and we all kind of were like, oh, we'll see what he can do. But I talked to him today, and he said how, this past spring, Stephon Diggs, didn't come to the offseason stuff, which whatever. But he said that was really huge for him because it really gave him he almost said like a leg up because of the bond and chemistry he already has with Allen.
I believe a wise man said that for the last few days. I'm just playing the part of Dan right now, taking credit for something. No, you can see it in him. He walked out there ready to go. Yeah. He's an engaging guy. I was listening. Jenna did a great interview with him.
So interesting.
About his life and everything. And he's a guy who's team first, wants to be. Now, he's not saying I'm not going to play special teams, but he wants to be an offensive player, wants to be the wide receiver.
Fair.
Wide receivers do spend some time on special teams, but I think he can be. Look, he was the 3 for the Dolphins last year, and he was pretty good.
Behind Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, that's good. So, and you may know him from, and I jumped in at the end because I was looking back at the DeAndre Hopkins Hail Murray catch against the Bills.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, look who's next to celebrating with Hopkins is Trent Sherfield. So I asked him, I go, hey, have you ever busted the chops of Trey and Micah and Jordan? And he said,
no, but now he's going to have to.
I guess Trey chirps to him a lot.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of that back and forth. But
by the way, fans call him Tremaine or
Trey.
Trey.
Fans call him Trey White because I guess
do they think he resembles? I guess it's maybe
their build
a little bit,
but even Trent Sherfield's taller.
So one guy's wearing blue, one guy's wearing white.
Yeah.
So you should know that.
Yeah.
And they're going to butcher his last name. People are all year. Sheffield. They're going to say whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My phone autocorrects every time, and then you kind of do like the. Which one's right? Which one's right? But yeah, I'll have a story coming out at some point. He was just super interesting and like. Just the perspective.
You love to talk about his grandmother.
I love that.
Yeah.
I asked him where he gets his work ethic from, and he said his grandmother. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
His grandmother works at Walmart, and she loves her job, and she is committed to it, and she has pride in what she does and the way she does her job and the way she greets people and her cash register, and people will go to that Walmart and specifically only go through her line because how enjoyable she makes the experience.
That's awesome.
And he was saying, like, if she can do that and love her job and be that committed to it, how could I not work hard?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's awesome. It's
That's
awesome.
so cool.
And it's genuine. Sometimes you can tell, oh, no, this is who this guy is.
Yeah.
And I think they have plans for him. I do think he's going to be a good player for them.
I agree. I think he's made some really nice catches in training camp. I think he's had those flashes that you've wanted to see. And I think he's someone almost like a Deontay Hardy where the Bills sign him, you're like, that could be something that the Bills use. And you see what they've done out on the field. You're like, okay, there seems to be an actual role or could be for them on the team.
Yeah, there's no question. And, some of this will get mapped out. Honestly, I used to really think about this for the preseason, in terms of how guys look. And I do think it's important.
Yeah.
And I think with some guys that they have not seen on the field, it's really important for them to see them. But the reality is, when Trent Sherfield's going to be on the field now in preseason, it's probably going to be with Kyle Allen.
Correct.
It's going to be different. With the offense, it's kind of strange that way, but they will be looking for individuals and how they do. Look, he's got a body of work. He's been in this league. He's been in multiple systems and performed in each one of them.
Yeah.
The numbers haven't always been there, but he's got speed. He can play inside and out.
He can block.
He can block. He'll do whatever it takes to be on the field. They need a guy like that.
They do. Who do you think starts the preseason game?
At quarterback? Well, the first game, I will be stunned if it's not Kyle Allen.
That's what they asked me on Danger and Battaglia, and I was like, Kyle Allen, you want to see, what you're getting from Matt Barkley. You want to see what Kyle Allen can do. But that is something I am excited to see because I feel like he's kind of the unknown. He's had some moments during training camp, and I know we've talked about him, but that will be an opportunity, what he does with the 2s and the 3s, and what that will look like him operating the offense, pushing the ball down the field, all of those things.
I'll repeat myself because that's what I do. But But the hard thing is for the backup quarterback is you really don't care how he looks with the 2s and the 3s. Individually, you do. You want to see how he throws the ball, how he handles the offense. But if he's playing in a game, it's with the 1s.
Correct.
If he's playing in a game, that's not good because it means Josh isn't playing for whatever the reason. So, but you want to see the guy get comfortable being with the play calls, the way it goes, with the offense that they're running. So I think we're going to see a lot of him, and I think we're going to see Barkley. I think Josh Allen's time on the field will be severely limited in the preseason.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. Anything you want to add?
I just want to add that we appreciate all the people. We had a lot of people today with Buffalo Plus.
So cool. Honestly, like so cool.
Yeah, people call us over, taking pictures, talking about the channel. I love it. Anytime you want to do that. So we met a fan today. She called me over. She says, Mike, come over. She says, I'm here from Los Angeles.
Crazy.
Yeah. Farah Ansari, Buffalo native, lives in LA, and it's her birthday today. So happy birthday, though we told her. We got a chance to talk to her. Well, I'm going to let her say what it was like for her here at camp.
Started looking up YouTube stuff, and I found the 3 of you. And I was just telling him, my husband will walk in when I'm getting ready for work in the bathroom listening to the 3 of you, and he's like, what's wrong with you?
It cracks me up that her husband says, what are you doing listening to those 3 people? And her saying she feels like she knows us, that's awesome. I loved hearing that today.
I did too. It's just really cool. I feel like it's the Buffalo Plus like family, I would say. It's the community of it is grown a lot, and like it's just, we always really appreciate it. So thank you so much for the love and the support. It really does mean a lot because it's kind of started as like we'll see what we'll do here. Like it wasn't really anything set and planned. So all the success and like just the support is really cool. So thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, it's been great and we love it. And the only thing we ask is tell somebody else. Just keep telling
that'd be
people,
cool. Yeah.
Because we want the community to grow, the family to grow.
The family
like
to
the
grow.
Fates family, it keeps growing.
Yeah, exactly. All right, for Mike, I'm Jenna. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend. We're going to add a 4th thing. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Write in any questions that you have. Visit the Buffalo Plus store, buffaloplusstore.com. Get all your Buffalo Plus gear. Mike's got the polo on right now. For Mike, I'm Jenna. Dan Fates, who...
He's on leave.
He cracks me up. He just came in like, whoa.
Me?
Like, what are you doing here? And for Dan Fates, thank you so much for watching and all the support. We will catch you next time here on Buffalo Plus. Thank you.